Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand what happens when Aries ascendant Lord Mars is in second house, Krittika, second pada in Capricorn Navamsha. And also, you can see here as Aries ascendant Lord Mars is in the second house, that means in the sign of Taurus, and the Taurus Lord is Venus. So Venus dignity is also important, especially in the D1 chart. How is Venus? That is also important. Now, the Aries ascendant, we say Mesha Lagna, here the Lord is Mars and he is in second house, that is Taurus, and in the nakshatra Krittika second pada. Of course, Krittika is ruled by Sun and it is in the Capricorn Navamsha. Whenever a planet is placed in Krittika Nakshatra second pada, that planet automatically goes to Capricorn Navamsha. So this is a powerful placement because in the Navamsha, Mars is a kind of exalted state. Is in an exalted state, or you can say comfortable state. So this is a powerful placement with a combination of strength and karma oriented practicality. We'll see what is it. First of all, the ascendant is Aries. So Aries is a fiery, aggressive, independent and action oriented sign. And as the person is Aries ascendant person, so generally we say the native is courageous, he is very straightforward, he is athletic or energetic by nature. So with Mars as Lagna Lord, energy and the kind of drive the person has are generally high. Now, Mars is in the second house Taurus. So the second house governs speech, family, wealth, values and food habits. As Mars is in the second house, it indicates a kind of bold or harsh speech. And also sometimes the speech is very impulsive or blunt. And strong attachment to family can be observed, though some conflicts may arise due to Mars aggression, but there is a strong attachment to family and good potential for wealth accumulation, especially through independent ventures, either real estate or engineering or technology. Also, a kind of good desire for comforts and material security can be observed because Mars represents desire. And as Mars is in the second house is also to some extent about comforts and also more about material security. So as Mars is in the second house, you can expect the native has a good amount of desire for comforts and material security, but with some competitive nature as well. So you can also say the native would have some tendency for overeating spicy or hot foods, or dental or mouth related issues due to fiery Mars in the food related house. So when a fiery Mars is sitting in the second house, or you can say the food related house, you can generally expect the native would love eating spicy or hot foods, and also the native would have some dental or mouth related issues. This is a general behavior whenever Mars is sitting in the second house, especially the Lagna Lord Mars is sitting in the second house. Now, another prediction is Mars. As Mars is sitting, as per this one, we can predict some more. That is, Mars is present in the Krittika Nakshatra second pada. See, Krittika is ruled by Sun and associated with fire, purification and transformation. And second pada falls in Taurus, ruled by Venus, so makes the energy more grounded and artistic as well, because Venus is always about this groundedness, artistic behavior, this is all right. And you can say the native would have some sharp speech, piercing words that reveal truth, strong sense of justice and values can be observed. Also, the native may work in areas requiring leadership, voice, or bold communication like media, teaching, military, or finance, because this military, this teaching and all are very much these are all, and these energies are very much present in the Krittika nakshatra, because Krittika is famous for this military and training and teaching and all, right? And the native would be very much protective towards family, but may dominate everybody in the family. And the native would be highly ambitious, right? The native would value luxury, security, and refinement. This is the general, a very fundamental prediction. It's most of the predictions I'm talking about in this video are, most of them are true only, right? Because they are directly hitting upon the fundamental energies of these positions, planetary positions. And another prediction that we can make here is Mars is sitting in the Capricorn in the Navamsha chakra. So Mars is exalted in Capricorn, or you can say, even if it is not at exalted degree, anywhere in Capricorn, Mars is very much comfortable. So it's very strong in Navamsha, you can say. So it indicates native has high discipline. He has a very great ambition. He has a very good strategy. He has lot of executive skills, and he has tremendous energy channeled constructively, good for career and leadership roles, right? So the native would also be called as a kind of karma yogi, because it works persistently. The native would generally, this energy, Mars in Capricorn Navamsha, works persistently, and definitely the native would succeed. The native would be capable of handling tough responsibilities as well. And the native would generally show late but lasting success. The success the native achieves is a kind of lasting success, especially in profession and financial matters, we can say. So basically, based on the D1 chart, that is the Rashi chart, that is the ascendant Lord Mars sitting in the Taurus, that is the Venus ruled sign, that is the second house here, and Mars is sitting in the Capricorn Navamsha, in the Capricorn in the Navamsha chakra. So based on that, so Mars in Taurus in Rashi chakra, it may show some sensuality, possessiveness, or slower action sometimes. But in Capricorn Navamsha, Mars regains power, focus, and discipline as well. Because see, Taurus is a kind of stable, it's a very, very stable sign. It's a very, very slow sign. That's why Mars sitting in the Taurus, that too the ascendant lord sitting in the second house, Mars is your action, basically how the person would take action, right? That can be understood by the Mars position. As Mars is sitting in the sign of Taurus, you would expect the native would take action very, very slow, because very slowly, because Taurus is a stable sign. It's a very slow sign. That is Vrishabha, right? Very, very slow. So whenever a planet is sitting in Taurus, we generally expect the planet behaves a bit slowly only. Here Mars represents the action, so the native's action would be a bit slow. But in Capricorn Navamsha, here Mars is regaining the power, focus, and discipline. So even though in the early days the native is a bit slower in action, in taking some action, but after 35 or 40, the native would become a bit faster in taking action, because in the Navamsha, Mars is sitting in the Capricorn sign and is exalting or placed in a comfortable position. And also it indicates, this overall position indicates someone who someone who can use lot of strategies before acting, especially in financial matters, because Taurus would make the person to have some strategy before acting, especially in financial matters. And another prediction is the native would likely to accumulate wealth slowly but steadily, because that is the power of Taurus, with a kind of long-term vision. And the native may have a sharp tongue, but also commanding speech can influence others for sure, because Mars is the commander. When Mars is sitting in the second house, that is the house of speech, generally we would expect the native would have that commanding speech. And the native would be a protector of family, because Mars is a kind of protector. he is the warrior, he is the commander, he protects, right, the family, because second house is related to family and also values. The native is protective of family and values and traditions, but won't hesitate to stand up or argue for principles, because that is Mars. Mars is a bit argumentative as well. So even though the native is very much commanding over the family members, or he is dominating the family members, he is also very possessive about the family members. So he generally, likes or loves the family members a lot, that you can say. So, career and profession is something like the native can become a military or law enforcement or finance or engineering. Anyone in these fields, it's good for the native. It's real estate or leadership or roles involving some kind of voice or speech, right? Because Mars in the Krittika nakshatra. Krittika is famous for all this, right? Training, military, and all. Mars is famous for engineering. Krittika is a kind of perfectionist also. So engineering is also very good for the native. Even real estate is good. And wealth related, because second house is related to wealth. So the native would have good potential with effort and time to earn money, but needs to control impulsive spending or temper and financial decisions, because Mars is adding that temper. Speech and communication is generally very bold and assertive, you can say, can be harsh or direct most of the times, may need to soften tone for relationships, because sometimes because of this harsh speech, relationships would be damaged. So, and the family of this native, I would say, he loves the family, he is the protector of the family, but dominating at times. So he must work on communication within the family members to reduce the friction, for sure. He has to work on this area for sure. And health, he, as ascendant lord is your physical body, as his physical body related things is are related to Mars, and also sitting in the Krittika nakshatra, which is a sun's nakshatra. He has to watch for issues related to throat, neck, teeth, and also blood pressure due to fiery nature, right? So this is the fundamental thing. And if he has these some of these negative things I talked about, if the native has these problems, definitely he has to perform some remedies on this, because see, Mars causes issues, definitely some issues related to the family, speech, harsh speech, or health, or disputes, anger. This is all right, as sitting in the family house. So he has to chant Hanuman Chalisa or Mangal Mantra on Tuesdays for sure, and also has to practice speech awareness or softening communication. His harsh speech would be the reason for all his problems most of the times. So he has to work on it. He has to offer water to the sun daily, that is called as Surya Arghya, we generally say, to balance all his fiery energies, because more fiery energy here. Mars is fiery, and this Mars is sitting in the Krittika nakshatra second pada, that is making it more and more fiery, because Krittika is the sun's nakshatra, and even in the Navamsha it's sitting in the Capricorn sign. What is in the Capricorn sign? Mars is exalted or very much comfortable, that is the fiery nature is very much ensured. So you can clearly say the native would have harsh speech, or he has that anger, and also he would have some disputes because of this Martian energy. So definitely he has to perform all these remedies I am talking about. And also, as this Mars is very much comfortable, right? If he is in a leadership role, definitely he would prefer Mars related stones to enhance the leadership things also, right? So we need to check all the horoscope, how much leadership activities he would be comfortable in based on his overall chart. Then we can prefer the gemstone or something, but without that he should not wear gemstone related to Mars without the complete analysis of the horoscope. But definitely the native has to perform these remedies like Hanuman Chalisa chanting or Mangal Mantra chanting, or he has to work on his softening his communication and speech awareness and all these things. He has to offer water to the sun daily. That is all he has to do. to balance the fiery energy, because lot of fiery energy is present because of this particular placement. So thanks for watching this video.